I think that there's always a tendency to think that what's happening right now is either so great or so outrageous, depending on one's vantage, that it's unprecedented. That's rarely the case. I think that the partisan divides, the polarization that we're seeing right now has all kinds of historical parallels going back to the 19th century, also parallels in the 20th century. So that's not new.
But something that has especially caught his attention is the parallel between Donald Trump's candidacy and Brexit, the voter-approved provision for the UK to leave the European Union. At a campaign rally in North Carolina on October 22nd, Donald Trump predicted the presidential election would be beyond Brexit, Brexit plus, and finally, Brexit times 5. Sexton sees that, but for a different reason than Trump.
What's the legacy of Brexit? At least the immediate legacy of Brexit has been financial crisis, the decline of the value of the pound, grave economic uncertainty, particularly in high financial circles. I think you would see that if Trump were elected. I think you'd see all kinds of new developments on Wall Street because of the instability that he represents.
And while Sexton recognizes many similarities between Trump's candidacy and developments worldwide, he also knows the effect Bernie Sanders had on revitalizing the American left.
I'm not sure that Bernie Sanders created this movement, so I think that we can find portents of it and the Occupy Wall Street stuff after the financial collapse of '08. It looks very similar to that in the demographics of who was supporting Bernie Sanders, as well as the kind of arguments that Bernie Sanders was making for a revived left in American politics.
But when it comes to next week's election,
the will of the people, the forces of populism are so great that no one's really controlling what's going on. And I would say that Trump's not really even controlling what's going on, though he's the figurehead of this phenomenon. It'll be interesting to see what happens with it after Trump, because there will be some form of Trumpism after Trump. The question will be, is it more controlled and harnessed than it is now?
For 23 News, I'm Jacob Cavaiani reporting.
If you liked the video you just watched and you want to see more like it, go to mutv.missouri.edu for full-length shows and similar content.